Welcome to the Operate Intelligently podcast, the podcast for all things operations. We are sitting here on day 2 of Dude University 2019, meeting more great people that have come to share their knowledge and wisdom. And joining me now is Cynthia Berry, who's the Senior Manager, Business Continuity for Adtalem Global Education. Cynthia, welcome.
Thank you. Actually, I just got promoted.
Did you?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So no longer the Senior Manager. I am the Director of Enterprise Safety and Security, Center of Excellence. Yeah. So.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your promotion.
Thank you.
Cynthia, you just got done speaking, and I wonder if you could share with our listeners a little bit about what you talked about today.
So my talk was on authentic leadership for women, discovering the real, or embracing the real you. And it was just a very empowering, inspirational session. First started off with standing room only, which is always great at Dude U, right? And it was just a great group of women getting together from fields that are usually underrepresented, right, by women. And so, I opened it up saying, this is an interactive session. I want to hear from you. I want you to, talk to me. And we just had an amazing time. Such a great amount of energy in the room, and had some key points and key takeaways for women who are trying to find their authentic self in leadership.
So could you tell me a little bit about your role and what you do with Adtalem Global Education too?
Sure.
So, and your new role, by the way.
And my new role. And actually I have a multifunctional role, right? So in my day-to-day job, most recently I did global business continuity, and then I've moved into a larger expanded role of enterprise safety and security, and that's kind of been evolving over the last few years. I head up an organization in Chicago, and then I also have operation that's growing across the world. And so basically had been with Dude for several years.
And I want to get back to what you spoke about. Were there kind of like some key takeaways you felt that people came out of that session with?
Yeah, let me back up. So I talked about kind of what I do for my day role. About 2 years ago, I actually founded, with a couple other women, an organization called EDGE, which is Empowerment, Diversity, Growth, and Excellence. And it's an affinity group for our women. It's over 1,000 members worldwide, 25 chapters. And the whole goal was really to just bring about some empowerment and leadership for women. Well, now it's become a global movement. Mm-hmm. And we've actually led conversations with prime ministers, with VPs and CEOs of other companies. It's really become a phenomenal movement. Mm-hmm. So my passion has now become something that I get to do every day. Yeah. And I'm now the executive leadership chair for EDGE. Mm-hmm. And when that term rolls out, I'll be what we call an ambassador for EDGE. Mm-hmm. But some of the key takeaways from this session today was, I just was very transparent. I talked about my journey to becoming a more authentic me. Mm-hmm. And that was, first identifying my strengths. And then number 2, believing in myself, which I think is so important. Being transparent as I am being with you guys. Yeah. With my tennis shoes on and my shorts. Being transparent with myself and others, right? Allowing myself to fail and being okay with that failure, but knowing that I can fail forward, mm-hmm. right? And then trusting the process that I'm in and that we're all in. And so I asked the ladies and the men in the room, because we had, quite a few men who actually attended, which was great, to write down 5 things that they're going to do to become a more authentic them, mm-hmm. or you.
And it's an interesting approach, because I think I understand kind of your strategy there is don't let everybody else kind of define you. Don't fall into how society says you need to look, you need to behave, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I've always kind of followed that myself. Like, you really got to be comfortable with who you are. Yes. Before you're going to be really comfortable with anybody else.
Yes.
So I think that's fantastic how you breaking it down, doing those exercises. We really need to do it all the time.
Yeah, I actually took an excerpt from a book that I'm writing about authentic leadership, and it starts out, one day I really woke up and said, I'm not going to pretend anymore, period. I decided enough was enough, and that my world needed to be defined by my own rules, as you said, and not someone else's. I decided I was good enough, even if no one else agreed with me. And I decided my life was better with my imperfections and my failures than wearing a mask or pretending. And so that's kind of what I kind of launched into the discussion about. And I really challenge women to look at, who they are every day, whether it's in the workplace, whether it's at home, whether it's with their children or family members, friends, to kind of say no more fake news, no more fake me, no more fake friends. Yeah, I said it. And really become authentic, and become that real person. I like to tell people you should bring your whole self to work, right? So, and these are things that I live by. These are things that I impart to my daughters and my sons and my granddaughters and grandson. I mean, it's like, if I can't live it, I don't want to do it, so.
I agree with you 100%. I think, and I've got 2 teenagers now, and I'm kind of remind them of that. Like, don't feel like you have to fit into what your popular clique in high school says you need to be. Like,
exactly.
If that's what you want, fine. If this is what you like and this makes you happy, but don't do it because you feel like this is what's going to make people like you.
Right.
So.
Right. Because there's always going to be people who don't like you, and that's okay.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, I think, if you're trying to be something you're not, at the end of the day, you're not going to be happy with yourself.
Right.
Like, you're being a phony to your inner self.
Exactly. And so we need more real stuff. We need more real food. We need more.
We need people that are comfortable in their own skin, as I always like to say.
Exactly. And I think we'll find more happier people, more whole people, right? And that's kind of my missive in life. What I talked about is not just for women, it's for men. Men support women. Yep. Women support men. I mean, that's just...
And we're all human.
And we're all human.
We all have the same emotions. We might have them at different levels. But at the end of the day, we're going through the same challenges as a whole, human race together.
Yes.
So, that's fantastic. I love the message that you're sharing out there. We just wrapped up Dude University 2019 a few weeks ago, and what an amazing event it was. We welcomed over 1,000 of our clients to our hometown of Raleigh for learning, connecting, and sharing their passion about the work they do. We even recorded several episodes interviewing operation management leaders that you'll be hearing from in the next few months. If you want to get in on the action next year, Dude University will be held on May 3rd through 6th, and you can register online at university.dudesolutions.com. So is this the first time you've been to Dude University?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I have spoken at Dude University at least once before. Dude is doing a great job with, all the automation and all the different things that they're doing to help people in operations and all the different industries. It's phenomenal. I think every year Dude gets better and better.
That's great to hear. And I kind of want to ask you, like, looking forward, you're hearing and sharing with other people here. What do you see as, like, really kind of coming around the corner of maintenance operation that kind of gets you excited?
I think the automation, the more that we can do, with apps and technology, data is definitely defining what we do. Being able to capture data in new and inspiring ways. I'd love to see some VR stuff. I think virtual reality. There was someone at my hotel today who had this big VR thing on his head, and I'm like, yes, I know what that is, but I don't know what you're doing with it. But it'd be great to see that in the future.
Now, have you been down to Dude Labs?
I have not been to Dude Labs.
They have a virtual reality prototype down there.
Oh, wow. See, I kind of called it, didn't I?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Well, that's great. Cynthia, I want to thank you for coming to speak at Dude U, as well as coming onto the podcast and sharing your great content for our listeners.
Yeah, it was my pleasure. It's been fantastic since Sunday, so I'm really excited. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Operate Intelligently podcast, produced by Dude Solutions. You can reach us by emailing dspodcast@dudesolutions.com or check us out on the web at dudesolutions.com.